Welcome, creative friends. Today I'm going to show you how I made this cute book podium. Now I'm going to show you how I made the book podium first, and then we're going to go off to the Acorn table. These are 2 layers of packaging cardstock. I made 2 different triangles, but they turned out to be a little bit too big for the book, so I cut them a little bit smaller. When I'm trying it out, I can see the back of the book not being sitting there properly, so I decided to change my plan. I glued those 2 on top of another cardstock, but this time I'm leaving a space between them so I can open it and close it like a book. There. Now that's the beginning of my podium. And I'm going to be sanding 3 sides, the top and 2 sides, but not the bottom. Just beveling it out a little bit. Sorry, I'm not going to be showing you that. I got these wood circles, or I don't know what you call them, cutouts, from the dollar store. I'm trying to make a little like a hole, not a complete hole, just carve inside a little bit so I can put my dog poop roll plastic thing and glue it in there. And I'm gluing it with super glue gel. And now I'm putting baking soda and more baking soda and more baking soda. I'm making a small hill for a reason. I'm turning it into rock, putting liquid super glue on it. That way my poopy roll will never leave. It's stuck there forever. And I noticed the glue seeped through the wood and was starting to stick on my block. Here I'm cutting it. I'm using the tool that you burn wood with, and I have this sharp blade that comes with it, and I'm using that to burn the plastic. I'm shaping it like a V shape so I can put my book podium on top of it, or the book holder. Don't know what that's called. I'm trying to flatten the plastic into an angle going outwards. This is my homemade glue because I'm going to be making some homemade paste. Toilet paper. I used 1 whole one for this. And some cornstarch. Now if you put a lot of cornstarch and less baking soda, which that is, it'll give you a softer, smoother feel or texture. If you use less cornstarch, then it'll be more rough and it won't smooth itself out. Gluing it on with hot glue. And those pieces that I cut off when I made it smaller are the perfect size to put as the book rest. After sanding one side, I glued one of them on, and then, oops, I discovered something. I couldn't glue the other one on. The angle. Oopsie. So I had to cut a little bit of that one, just like a little triangle off, so I can fit the other one in and glue it properly. These are the ties on the bread bags. I'm just cutting one of them in half, and I'm going to be gluing it on the top of the book podium. And now I'm going to put my paste on the bottom and on the top, and I'm going to be covering it all from the back side. I'm making it look like a little tree trunk, that this whole thing was carved out of one tree. Well, that's my intention anyway. Here I'm painting, I think that's warm beige. And then I forgot to Mod Podge. But it did give me a different effect when I painted on cardboard without Mod Podge. Here I'm using nail polish to color the plastic ties because nail polish doesn't chip or break. When I'm moving it, it'll be mellow. I was thinking if I used acrylic, it might start chipping off. Now I wanted a very soft, subtle color on the top with the gel. So I watered it down. I used pure gel behind it, like the stem itself and everything in the back, but in the front, I had it all watered down. It made some shadows. The smaller books apparently don't fit. Only the bigger book. And that's it for the podium. Now it's time for the Acorn table. I thought it was going to be easy. And it's going to take like, what, 10 minutes to finish? Well, guess what? Took much longer. I'm just cutting it off, trying to make it straight so I can level it and put it on the wood pieces. Just checking out if it's level. Yes. Now I'm going to drill a hole on both sides. First I drilled a small hole, and then after that I drilled a bigger hole. If you start with the bigger size, it might crack. So I had to go 3 sizes up. I did this 3 times just to make it a little bit bigger every time. See, different sizes of drill bits. And I'm gluing them. I put a lot of glue in there because it's fragile and I really didn't want it to crack and break after all the trouble I've been going through. So I filled the heck out of it. And this is a Q-tip, a plastic Q-tip. Now if I used the paper Q-tips, I wouldn't be able to do the thing that I'm going to be doing in a little while. I had to wait for like 3-4 hours for it to completely dry, and I'm going to be splitting it in half and then in quarters. I wish I colored it black before I did this, because then when I tried doing it after I glued it, it was a bit messy. Now I'm splitting it apart and doing the other 2 sides, splitting those in half. I'm going to be using super glue gel to glue them onto the wood. And it took such a long time and they kept on curling up. I had to keep on holding them like that for 5 minutes. Now the excess on the top, I'm removing it. Don't need it. I thought I would be okay cutting it off because I had a bigger base on the bottom of the acorn. Didn't work out that well either. The rest of my paste, I just colored it a little bit brown, and I'm putting it on the bottom for more support because it just kept on jiggling and wiggling. But logically, because it is a very small tip, it needs a lot of more support, of course. I'm gluing now the other part, which is the base. And that was a struggle, like a real struggle. I kept on holding it, trying for it to dry. It wouldn't. And then I'm like, okay, more paste. So I slathered a bunch of paste, put baby acorns on the paste with a little bit of moss, and then got these 2 pieces of plywood, put the table between them, and put them up so they'll dry like that. That was the only way I could figure out how to dry them without them moving. Now I used the Glossy Mod Podge on it. It was nice, but at the top I didn't like the top of the table, so I put nail polish just to give it that glassy feeling. And I had to put another layer for it to look like this. I could have used diamond glaze, but I didn't want to. I wanted to try the things that I have at home and everybody else has. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me thumbs up, subscribe, and give me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. See you next time. Bye.